I do want to get your thoughts on the killing of Qasem Soleimani and the response by Iran last night. If you were president at this moment, how would you be handling this situation?
Well, number one, I probably wouldn't be in this situation. What I worry about is Donald Trump does not have the infrastructure to give him advice. Number one, he doesn't know anything about foreign policy. And number two, even if he did, no one person can know everything. Donald Trump tends to be impetuous, makes decisions without consulting people, makes decisions without understanding the implications. And I think we're lucky that Iran has chosen to have a relatively moderate response. They fired some missiles at one of our bases and made sure they didn't hit anybody. I once said to Donald Trump when he asked me what he should do, I said, hire people that are smarter than you. He's not chosen to do that.
You talked about the president not having foreign policy expertise. You don't have a strong foreign policy background either.
I'm not so sure that's true. Keep in mind, I do business in every country in the world with the exception of Iran and Yemen and North Korea. So I don't agree with that at all.
The Bloomberg campaign was boosted this week by the endorsement of TV icon Judge Judy.
Mike Bloomberg has done amazing things.
How does her endorsement help your campaign?
She's not just a phenomenon in America, she's an international phenomenon. And her viewers respect her. And what I'm thrilled about the judge is she thinks that I have the experience and the knowledge to, in a practical sense, make the country better, pull people together.
Bloomberg is in Chicago to lay out how he plans to bring back well-paying jobs to the heartland.
What is your message to the people here on the south side of Chicago?
My message is we've got to improve places and people. Those are the two things. Places, which we did in New York, where companies can come and start a business, and you've provided the infrastructure and the transportation to get there. People, it's training. Half of the workforce makes, on average, I think it's $18,000, $10 an hour. You can't feed your family on that.
Deborah asked Bloomberg for his verdict on his major rivals for the nomination.
Joe Biden, he is a really nice guy with a compelling family story. And I think it's fair to say, no matter what Donald Trump says, there's no evidence that I know of that he and his son did anything wrong.
Elizabeth Warren.
Met her coming in and out of a speech where she was riling against the rich, and as she came out, I said to her, you know, you should be careful about that. I'm paying for this conference, and she laughed.
The billionaire is self-financing his campaign, prepared to spend hundreds of millions of dollars. He and the Trump campaign have each bought 60-second commercials costing $10 million to air in next month's Super Bowl.
When people say to me, oh, you're spending all this money, I always say, let me get this straight. I'm spending all this money to get rid of Donald Trump. You've just been telling me he's the worst thing we could possibly have. Do you want me to spend more or less? And invariably they say, oh, I didn't look at it that way, spend more.
Mr. Mayor, I appreciate your time.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.